We'll see the text. We started today. Just close your eyes, please. Om Sanavadu Sano Nuktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavaditamastu Maviddushavavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So friends, I had yesterday I had asked you to listen to that the talk on the meditation. I hope you have listened to that. The reason I asked you to listen to that particular talk is because very clearly we have seen there how easy it is to be with one's own self. Because when you understand what the meditation is all about, in reality, everything in this universe always in meditation. As the Upanishad will say, Dhyayativa samudraha, ocean is in meditation, Dhyayativa parvataha, mountain in meditation, Dhyayativa prithvi, the earth is in meditation. Please sit down and see for yourself. You sit down and you see it for yourself. How the whole universe is in meditation. Find out what is that something which is in agitation. Instead of finding out what is in meditation, find out what is that something which is agitation or which is agitated. Make a list. What is that something which is agitated? You shall see the space is not agitated. In air there is no agitation. In fire, in water, in earth, Mahadeva, all the elements. Oh, just this morning you see in Madras, what a divine, what a heavenly atmosphere. How beautiful. Rain, cloud, coolness, sunrise. Oh, it's just paradise. Same thing around the universe. The space is never in agitation. The air is never in agitation. Even though air becomes cyclone, but it is still air. Right in the center of the cyclostorm, there is meditation. Everywhere. The earth is, fire is not in agitation. Neither the water, nor the earth. Elements, elementals, the trees, animals, sand, water, ice, name it. Come down to your physical body. Your body is agitated? Does it have a sense of agitation or meditation? Sense of living or dying? No. Your limbs, fingers, toes, knees, kidney, pancreas. Nor there a sense of agitation, pancreas feeling bad that is affected. No. Kidney feeling rotten. No. Your sense organs, are they in agitation? Eyes, ears, tongue, taste, no. Nothing is in agitation. Even your thoughts. Thoughts are simple, innocent pictures of your perception. The thought of the sound. Sound by itself is not agitation. The thought of sound, the thought of touch, thought of taste, thought of smell, thought of sight. No. No thought in agitation. Well, who is meditating? I. The I thought by itself also is not agitation. It is a thought. I am agitated. Adada. One. Just like the other day I had told you, please go back home, make a list of things that you consider your asset. You shall know that is your liability. If it is your asset, you have made it an asset, that is your liability because you consider that as the asset, therefore that becomes your liability. Same thing, the I thought itself also looks like an asset, but also it is a liability. So what you have to understand is yourself. Everything is everything in the universe is in meditation. Looks like agitation because I consider that is agitated. I think, oh, the thoughts are coming up, thoughts are coming up. That the thoughts are coming up, the thoughts are not agitated about it. That there is a cyclone is coming, the cyclone is not worried about it. Please see that, friends. You sit down, you do it for yourself. This is, understanding of yourself is not a spectator sport. Please. You have to do it, you have to play, do it all by yourself. Why people are crowding around World Cup football, tennis, Olympics, spectator sport? In World Cup chess game, give free ticket, people will not come. Because the world-class chess game, in the 5-star hotel only, in the resorts only 20 people will come. Maximum 100 people, 200 people, if they are interested, televise it, nobody will look at it. Why is it so? It's not a spectator sport. Individual plays. Vedanta is not a spectator sport. You can try to make it entertainment as much as you like, but the person cannot take it, he shall disappear from the class. He cannot. If there is nothing to play with, something to, you must see it for yourself. That is why Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita so beautifully, Atmarati, the person who understands himself, Atmarati, Atmakrida, Atmatuptascha Manava, Atmanyeva santushta tasya karyam na vidyate. Hey Arjuna, such a person, Atmarati, revels in himself. You cannot, revelry is not a spectator sport. Revelry means you revel in yourself. Other person will not know. You may see me lying down sick because of a disease or old age, but I am reveling in myself. You shall never have a glimpse of it. You can also revel in your misery. You may smile, you may have everything, but you can revel or suffer in your own misery. Understand? Revelry is all for yourself. Krida means playing with something. With a football, it is playing with a football. You are playing with a toy. You are playing with a plane. You are driving a car, sports car. These are all krida. You can have krida with other people, other things. Krida means second thing is involved. Revelry is all within yourself. Playing with somebody, but you are winning. Other people are not winning. Other people are not enjoying. You are winning. You are not suffering other person's defeat. Think, friends. This is something which is always within yourself. Who you are is always in yourself. So make a list, just like you had made the other list. What is the asset? What is the liability? What are your assets? Make a list of things. What is that something which is agitated? Who is agitated? What is agitation? You shall discover when everything is in meditation, the whole creation, your body, your senses, your thoughts, yourself, the awareness, only one thing in agitation in this universe, I. Catch it. Oh, how do I do that? Simple, friends. Today I shall give you another two tastes. Out of the world, when these thoughts are coming, I am feeling desperate. Come on, everybody, see it, and get lost. Don't have to depend on nobody in this universe. Nobody can cause you disaster. Nobody can cause you pain. If the body is dying, I am not dead, I am immortal, absolute. If body is healthy, don't hide behind it, I am healthy. Don't do that, because health is a deteriorating thing, fade away in time. Who you are is absolutely fantastic. But anyway, friends, please see, make another two list. Not only agitation, 2 more lists you have to make. And it's the most beautiful list you can make. Make the list of things that all that you can have. Make a list of things, please make it. Today do it. Go back to your room and make a list of it. All that you consider you can have. The wealth that you can have, empire you can have. Listen. All that you have. You own a village you have. You own a house, the house you can have. Even if you say animals, the cows, the pets I have. Come down to human body. You can have somebody. Have as a friend, this or that. You can have somebody as a friend, as a husband, as a wife, as an adopted child. You can have something. A physical body you can have. You can have that body. Listen carefully. All that come under this principle of anything that you can have. You can have the house, you can have people, you can have money, you can have pets, you can have people, you can have a body, you have a body. You can have different sense organs and you can lose it. Whatever you can have, you can lose also. A condition of the body you can lose. Even the body also you can lose. Listen friends, you can have it, you can lose it. Sense organs you can have. You are having, and that is why you are losing. Thoughts you can have, you can lose. I thought also you can have. Do you have a I thought or you are the I thought? How do you know you have it? You are conscious of it. Anything that you are conscious of, you have. That by which you are conscious, you are. Can you see the beauty and the simplicity of this wisdom? What all you can have can be spectator sport. The whole world is lost in that. Just see the beauty of it. The more externalized you are, more diversified it is. That is why the sloka comes in the mother's glory. Ishvara antarmukha samaradhya bahirmukha sudurlabha. O mother, antarmukha samaradhya. The more and more the person is internalizing, looking at himself, you go back, go back, go back, go back. You are samaradhya. Very easy to get it. Because it is yourself, there is no easiness. To be where you are, is it easy or difficult? The concept of easiness and difficult doesn't arise there. Do not arise. To be where you are, easy or difficult? What easy or difficult? Step out is easy, difficult you can say. Because stepping back is easy or difficult you can say. But being where you are? You understand, friends? Amazing. Nothing comes cheaper than free, right or wrong? Nothing comes cheaper than free. The free thing, is it cheaper or costlier? The concept of cheap and free, costly doesn't arise there because it is already is free. Air is costlier on anything. Antarmukha samaradhya. Oh mother, looking at myself is so easy. Easy to get, but more diversified. The more you are externalized, you find difficult to be yourself. Because more externalized you are, more diversified it is. How many, this universe, how many things are there? Billions and trillions of things. But you can immediately classify them as 5 things. Sounds to be heard, touches to be heard, touches to be touched, sights to be seen, taste to be tasted, smells to be smelled. 5 things. Immediately makes it graspable. If you make a list of everything and make a potpourri of too many things, oh, you use so many things, classify 5 things. It's like so many coins are put together. like a temple hundi. Huh? Our temple hundi is not such a big hundi. Tirupati hundi will drive you crazy. You have so much jewels, so many coins are there or notes are there. How to do it? So you sit down, you make it 2000 rupee note, 500 rupee note, 100 rupee, 200 rupee note, 100 rupee note, then the coins. When you separate, put it, there is an order there. Mixed up? Absolutely disorderly. Our life is totally disorderly because totally mixed up. Thoughts of every kind, avial, patpuri, mixture. The physical body, now hand, now leg, now kidney, now this, now that, again you are completely finished, mixed up. Anything for that matter. Roles, how many roles? Oh God, totally mixed up. That is why everybody is so restless, so agitated. So the more you are diversified, the more you are externalized, my God, this creation, if you look at it, even while looking at it, you see trees only. How many types of tree? It will confuse you. You see the space. How many times you have seen only space? No. Space, air, fire, water, earth, trees, everything mixed up. You are looking at the whole painting at a time. One thread, there is a particular type of painting, they make it with a thread, there will be a whole landscape. But by mistake, you catch up the thread at a particular point, try to pull it, pull, suddenly the whole painting will disappear, just a bunch of thread. It's all thread. Exactly the same way also. You are the thread of this universe. We shall see that, friends. So many things, the more you diversify, more externalized, your focus is externalized, diversified, millions of differences. Come back to all the sounds, extension of your ear, all the sights, extension of your eyes, all the forms, extension of your eyes, all the taste, extension of your tongue, all the smells, extension of your tongue, in your nose, all the touches, extension of your skin. Now, true to those things, thought takes place. 5 sense organs, 5 trillion billion infinity sense objects. Thoughts, when they commit, there are not 5 types of thoughts, but they are just a thought. The thought of the sound, the thought of the touch, thought of the taste, thought of the smell, thought of the sight, or only thought. The thought of the sound has no sound, thought of touch has no touch, thought of smell has no smell, thought of taste has no taste, thought of sight. These thoughts can be seen, not by the eyes. Million different things outside. Come to your body, only 5 sense organs. Go to your thought, only thought classification. And all these thoughts, no sense organs can see, but the eye of the eye, the ear of the ear, the nose of the nose, chakshusha chakshuhu, srotrasya srotram, as it comes in the Kenopanishad, the eye of the eye, consciousness, the ear of the ear, the tongue of the tongue, the nose of the nose. It's not a thought, in whose presence all thoughts are there, including the I thought, which comes and says, I know. So you make 2 lists now. What all things you can have, make a list. Who you are is one, what you can have, accept yourself to the consciousness, what you can have, oh God, rest of it. Same principle, make another list. Make the list of things that you know. Oh, you don't know that, right? Have you seen people? The other day, I was, when I was writing, thinking, this thought came up, I was really enjoying, and I want you to enjoy. Huh? Have you seen people? Why should you look at somebody? Look at yourself, how stupid game you play. Suppose somebody says, anybody conversation, suppose I am telling you, this Mahabalipuram, there is, I know. Meaning you are not interested to listen anything from anybody because you are sab janta hai. You know everything. Do you know there is a particular music? I know. What about the 9 plants? I know. What are the animals have? I went to the Africa with so much of enthusiasm. Somebody telling, I saw these, 5 big animals. I saw the rhino. I know. What is that? I went to Himalayas. Oh my God, beautiful peaks. I know. What is that? The fellow has never stepped out of his house, but he has read in some particular book or particular magazine, particular something, or some people have told him their experience, but he says he knows everything. I know. You understand how terrible it is? I know. Not only that, you say, yesterday, by suppose you say, yesterday a governor had invited me. I know you were invited governor, but people get invited by Prime Minister also. People get invited by presidents also. Why? Because you are no less than anybody, you see, because I know. And what is our please understand, what is our pride? Make the list of things that you know. When somebody go for an interview, they ask you what all things you know. You say, I know the president, I know the prime minister, I know the money, I know the wealth, I know physics, I know chemistry, I know mathematics, I know the water, I know the air, I know the riches, I know different types of food in the world, I know different types of fragrance in France. How proud that you know so many things. My question is, I am not interested in I'm not interested, please listen friends, I'm not interested in your list of whom you know or what you know. My only question is, do you know yourself? You pretend to know by knowing everything else. You think you are a great knower because you know all the information about physics. So physics Nobel Prize, chemistry Nobel Prize, mathematics Nobel Prize, the Olympic gold medal. What a world we are living in, friends. Yes, please know everything. Who says not? The brain has got trillion bytes. Pick up any knowledge, more than a computer. Have it, no problem. But there is no pride in knowing something. But what do you feel? Oh, you don't worry about it. I know the governor, I'll talk to him. Oh, I'll do that. I say, I know the Reserve Bank governor. I know this person. I know that person. I know this history. I know this geography. So many things you know. And what do people do, friends? Some people are proud that they know geography, history, chemistry, mathematics. Some people take pride. I know the scriptures of any religion. How does it matter? What all you know are either things tangible or thoughts intangible. That by which you know is more important than what all you know, right or wrong? That's simple. That is why self-knowledge, self-awareness, friends, let nobody make it complicated. Ignorance can be huge complication. In wisdom, absolutely stupidly simple. Mindlessly simple. Like that joke they talk about the American and Russian astronauts. When the astronauts are going, the story, I don't know how far it's true, false. When there are astronauts where they are planning to send the astronauts to the other planets, they have to go in the rockets. And when they have to go there, they have to use everything against gravity. They have to float also like this. Suppose they have to write like this also. They are floating. So how to write with a pen up, leaf is up, the bottle is down? How do you write? Because there is no flow of ink. Americans spend millions of dollars in research. How to get a pen which shall write against gravity? Russians being poor, that is the joke on from American to Russians. Russians being poor, they solve the problem. They use the pencil. There is no need to flow. There is no need for ink flowing. Just to hold the pencil. Simple thing. But if you want to create something which is to be right against gravity, oh God, what are things like that? Knowing yourself, stupidly simple. Why? What all you know are very difficult. Why? You have to see them to know them, hear them to know them, touch them to know them, taste them to know them, smell them to know them. How many things you can know? And once they are known, the thoughts must be there. Thoughts must be known, which eyes cannot see, ears cannot hear. So to know, you understand, first the objects must be there. Then your sense organ, respective sense organ must be there. True to the perception, thought must take place. After all this complication, of course, you must be conscious. You must know the thought. To know, just to be aware what thought you should have, which sense organ you should have. The blind doesn't have eyes. The blind is not unconscious. This morning, friend has sent a beautiful note. Helen Keller, he gave a beautiful incident from his life. Those of you might have heard it. Once there was in New York, there was in those days, the radios were just being introduced. And this Beethoven's the symphony, ninth symphony, this is a famous one, very one, that they are playing about, everybody was enjoying. And next day, Helen Keller wrote an article in a magazine as to how she heard the music. She was deaf, she was blind. And she writes, I heard the music. Everybody, how can you believe it? But read that article. There was a friend who took him there, then instrument which was producing that sound. He removed the diaphragm something, and then what happens? Allowed her to touch it. When he touched it, the sound vibration of every instrument, the sound of the music, the sound of the instrument, she could feel it. Have you listened through your skin any time? No. Why? Because ears are there? No. You can feel the touch of the sound. When a plane is traveling, you see how the shivering, the vehicle is going in top speed, touch it. Anything. The microphone, that is a loudspeaker, is, amplifying, touch it. Just like the different types of vibration, different types of levels of sound, you can feel it in your skin. You listen through your skin. What are you listening? How? Conscious. A sensation is not there. Sensation of sound is not there. You are in meditation. I had been to a blind school some 20, 30 years back. I was talking to the children about how your eyes can see the flower. Eyes can never see the thought of the flower. Your thoughts are known by what? Consciousness. Can you believe? The children said yes. And after the talk was over, one child comes up and says, Swamiji, what you're talking, the seeing the thought, we are doing it every moment. Why? Suddenly I discovered why the blind people have great memory. Because they are used to seeing the thought, being conscious of the thought. And that is how they shall use their thought. So usually blind people have fantastic memory. Because they are always seeing that thought. They have to use that thought to speak. They don't see anything. Why do you effortlessly talk so much, so much? With eyes, ears, all the time you are seeing so many things. And all that thoughts you are memorize, from there you can speak it out and continuously are adding to your thing, adding to your perceptions. A blind man, conscious. Always. Can't be agitated. Because if he is agitated, he should agitate his inner mind. Thoughts will be there. Think, friends, you are conscious. So make a list of things that you know, all that you know, I'm not talking seeing. Because seeing is not knowing, hearing is not knowing, touching is not knowing, smelling is not knowing. You can touch, you don't know. Knowing means to be conscious, seeing means to perceive. Are you getting that? See the difference, please? Seeing, hearing, touching is not knowing. When you say knowing, being conscious. Thoughts can be known, thoughts cannot be seen, heard, touched, smelled, tasted. If the thoughts cannot be, listen carefully, if the thoughts cannot be touched, tasted, smelt and seen and all that, how can be consciousness be pursued by your sense organs? That is why the Upanishad will say, asabdam, asparsham, arupam, arasam, agandham. It's not a sound to be heard, not a touch to be touched, not a taste to be tasted, not a smell to be smelt. What a fantastic thing! In whose presence everything is known, in whose presence everything is heard, seen, touched, tasted, smelt. Itself cannot be tasted, cannot be touched, cannot be tasted. Is not an object of sound to be heard, is not an object of sight, is not a form or a taste or a touch. Sit down and do it for yourself. In His presence, all that you know, make a list of things, all that you know, you are conscious of, and then that by which you are conscious of. Make the list of all the things that you can have, and then who you are. Who you are is a single, simple list. And the beauty is, we are all one and the same. In who we are, there is absolutely no iota of difference. Are you getting that point? How fantastic it is? That is why Atma Gita, self-knowledge. What people are fighting for? Fighting over what you have. Faith you have, faith I have. The faith you have, the faith I have. The information you have, the information I don't have. The riches that you have, the riches don't you have. The dog that you have, the dog I don't have. The husband or wife you have, the husband or wife I don't have. What are you talking? And fighting over things? The money you have, the money I don't have. The health you have, the health I don't have. You understand, the sphere of conflict is vast, never ending. Sphere of resolution, instantaneous, immediate, myself, yourself. Who makes this list? Who is making the list? I. You'll be surprised, friends. Please see that. Suppose I ask you, in this room, what all things are there, make a list. Don't try to make it here now. Go back to your house and make a list. You shall make the list of everything, friends. You shall inevitably, unconsciously miss out two most conspicuous things. One is the space in the room, and the other is the list maker, yourself. Now the secret is gone. So the moment you go there, what shall you do? List maker, I am there. Listen carefully. I am there, body, and the space. You think you have succeeded? No. What about the thoughts? In the room, what all is there, please make list. In the room, the flower is there. You made a list. This flower, this stem, or this little stem, will you make a list or not? Because a part of that, no. You have to make a list of things, right? If somebody is so pecunious, very, very, trying to make a list of every little nonsense, then he shall say, you told the flower, but you didn't say stem. Yeah, he has a point. So everything you have to say it is in the room. So you have the body in the room. Yes. What about sense organs? Yes. What about thoughts? The thoughts comes with the body or no? So you have to, if you want to make everything that is in the room, The body is in the room, sensor in the room, the body carries the thoughts, the memories, that is also in the room. Oh, okay. So I shall make the list of all the thoughts also. That other people cannot verify. In your room, if you make a list, what all things are there, I can verify. Inside you, the thoughts that you suppose you make a list that you have, all that you know, make a list. Who can verify? Will you write every thought that you have? No. But you are very interested in knowing other people's thoughts. What is he thinking? A rascal fellow, rogue, stupid. Mahadeva, as long as your preoccupation with other people's life, don't worry, you shall be successfully miserable. What thoughts you have? Don't try to understand somebody's thought. You don't make a business out of a thinking. Other people's thought you can handle, your thought you cannot handle. How beautiful. Other people's money you want to play with, but your money you don't know how to play with. Everywhere it is like that, friends. So you make a list of thoughts that you have. Two things you shall obviously miss. Just like in the room, you shall miss the space which accommodates and the person who is standing there. Same way within, you shall miss out the space of consciousness in which all the thoughts come, and the I thought, which is the list maker, you shall obviously miss. And between this I thought, please understand, just like between the body and the space, when the space is accommodation, body is accommodated. In the same way within, in the space, consciousness is the knowledge, the knowing principle, the consciousness, the I thought, apparently a knower, because the I thought, by habit, what you say as the Ahamkara, either Aham karomi, I do, it drags everything onto itself. Remember, I see, it says I see. Ears hear, it says I hear. Leg walks, it says I walk. Body moves, it says I move. I told you the other day, it is a snatcher. It snatches identity like a chain snatcher. Money snatcher, pickpocket, is snatching everything onto itself. It also snatches the knowing faculty. I know. Ears hearing, if you say you hear, in reality you don't hear, ears hearing. When you say you know, you don't know. The knowing principle, consciousness is there in you. You are. Everybody is same. Therefore, friends, you shall be pleasantly surprised, blissfully relieved. Abba! When there are too many things to be known and difficult to know, there is only one knower, the consciousness, which is the easiest of the easy, because that is myself. And am I the only one? When every other knowledge will bring a sense of comparison and competition. How much mathematics you know, how much mathematics I know. How much music you know, how much music I know. How much of physics you know, how much physics I don't know. How many games you can play, I can play. What type of body you have got. Every is a comparative and competitive dimension. People are lust. Who you are is not a competitive dimension, comparative dimension. It's incomparable, no competition existing, one and the same. And the best part of it is, friends, one lovely point came again, I'll share with you. How it is our language, friends? What language you use? Swamiji, I went to listen to that music. Oh, it was so nice. I lost myself. The dance was so good, I lost myself. The food, divine, in that taste, I lost myself. That touch, I embraced the person I love. Oh, I lost myself. That child, Kutti, the 2-year-old, such a bundle of delight. Oh, I completely lost myself. The fragrance, I was walking into the jungle, the fragrance of the wildflower, oh, I lost myself. Everywhere you use the word I lost myself, the I which is really bugging you, bothering you, gets lost and you find pleasure. Where do you find yourself? Look at that language. Everywhere you lose yourself and you find joy. Why? Because the Ahamkara, the I thought, which is going on, Mahadeva, naming, judging, condemned to the limitations, losing itself and enjoys. Like in deep sleep, you lose yourself and you enjoy. In self-knowledge, you find yourself and you enjoy. Never to lose it again. Are you getting that point, please? In self-knowledge, in consciousness, you don't lose yourself. You use it. You don't lose yourself. You find yourself. And then, there is no need to lose anything in this universe, including the I thought. Why should I lose? First thing, friends, it must be yours to lose. Is it yours? Then why should you dismiss it? What business have you got? Oh, I don't want to see, hear. If you don't want to see, hear, touch, you are the loser, not the object. I don't eat this food. You are the loser. The food doesn't say, oh, I was not tested by one person. I am so miserable. Only 5 people tested me and I was not tested. Is it so? Will the music feel bad that only 5 people listened and 20 people did not listen to me? Musician will feel bad, not the music. The cook will complain, but not the food that is cooked. The perfume will not miss, perfume producer will miss it. The speech will not miss the listeners, speaker will miss the listeners. Thought will not miss anybody, thinker will miss everybody. Are you getting that point, please? Because everything else is used. Listen carefully. Now, make a list of things. Amazing. Just like you make a list of things that you can have millions and billions. Who you are, one without a second. All that, make a list of things that you know. Please do that. All the things that you can know. I am not telling you seeing, hearing. That the list will be big. Because, listen friends, why I deliberately cut off the world of seeing, perception I cut off, because that is not a world to be known. You cannot be conscious of an object in the world without the corresponding sense organs. Listen. This flower, do you see? You shall say, yes. Close your eyes. Do you see? No. So, if your eyes are not there, object cannot be seen. That is why seeing is not knowing. You know your eyes see, you know your eyes do not see. You know your ears hear, you know your ears cannot hear. Leave the whole world of perception. Knowing begins with your thought. Do you see this thought of the flower? Yes, I know. I know. Thoughts you know. Because you say you thoughts you know, extension you say the object of thought also I know. But in reality you do not know. You understand what I am talking? In reality you do not know the object of your thought. You can only see the object of your thought. You can hear the object of your thought, sound. You can taste the object of your thought. You cannot know the thought. You cannot know the object by itself. A little difference I'll make it, please see that. How? Flower is here, eyes see. True to the perception, thought takes place. Now you know the thought. Can you know the flower? Please work on it. The thought of the object you can know. The thought of the object you cannot see. The flower you can see, but the thought of the flower you cannot see. Thought of the flower you can know, but the object of your thought you cannot know. See that logic? That is why it is not a spectator sport. 100,000 people seeing it. No, don't worry about it. Head work. Simple thing. It's not even a huge intellectual work also, because this is part of your own experience continuously. You don't have to experiment with something. In order to experiment with yourself, your perception and your knowledge, you do not have to collect raw material from outside. You are the raw material. You are the truth. Everything together. You don't have to be a PhD for that. You don't have to be FRCS, ABCDE. Nothing. Simple people. It is absolutely simple to be wise, very, very complicated to maintain your ignorance. That is why, friends, the person, those who are uneducated and simple people, they can get this knowledge just like that. Why? Because they don't have to fight to drop any identity. A poor man, think of it, a poor man, he says, I'm poor, I'm ordinary, I'm useless. It will be easier for him to drop his identity. Drop it. This nonsense, this stupid little identity is not, you are not. Anyway, he's tired of it, he drops it. He understands himself. If the Guru is right, he knows exactly how to reveal. He shall motivate him in a second to understand the truth. Very difficult to make the rich forget that he is rich. Very difficult to make the holy man forget that he is holy. Very difficult to forget that the fellow is informed. Oh, he has studied. I have gone and read all these books at different places. Now I have come to listen to you, to know what all more you can add to my information, not wisdom. That guy, that person cannot. More educated, and if you are arrogant, it will be very, very, very difficult. Because for you to drop your identity is very difficult. Because that identity seems to have given you some value which others don't have. You have enjoyed certain superiority for some time. How quickly you can drop it? Because you shall be so frightened. Suppose I drop this identity and I do not get something else, what will happen? You are on a job of 5 million rupees per year. It will be difficult for you to give up that job. The person who is earning 5 rupees on the daily wage, will it be difficult to give up his job? He just dumps it. It means nothing. The identities which are not very strong and big, they dump it. That is why more educated you are, more difficult it is. Whether married to that, wedded to that, addicted to that. Think, friends. Don't worry, don't worry. Just think, friends, please. Addicted to that. Whereas, you see, people who are lost in the world of thoughts, uneducated people are yet to be lost in their thoughts. Simple thought, they are lost also, but easily they can be dropped. But even you are a professional, PhD, information technology, chartered accountant, mathematics is this, speciality, scientist, artist, painter, professionals, very difficult. Why? They have already a sense of being somebody. They shall hold on to that security because they shall be so frightened. If I drop that identity and do not get something else, what will happen to me? With a lot many things to lose, you know. I'm a holy man. And this man talked about something which is beyond holiness or unholiness. Ayyo. He's talking about something beyond religion, beyond papa punya, right, wrong, good, bad. I'm a good man. The bad man can easily drop out. The person who feels, I'm a rascal, I'm drunk, I'm smoking, don't worry, come on down, leave it. You are not. That's a habit you have. I am going to tell you who you are. But the person who thinks he has a very good habit, very holy. He knows all the chantings, all the singings, all the asanas, all the everything. He is somebody, he is the Shiromani, Acharya and all that stuff. Titles they have got, will they drop it? They shall try to find out how your little so-called wisdom fits into their little achievement. They do not know that they can drop that little thing, they can see everything, and then ultimately they don't have to drop anything. Because once you are aware of yourself, which thought you should have, and what is that you cannot have, which perception you should have, and which perception you cannot have, your world becomes so fulfilling. You don't have to negate anything, dismiss anything, or crave for something. Effortlessly the universe shelters in you. So see that the thought of the flower cannot be, the thought is not an object of sight or sound or taste or smell. It can only be known. Known in the presence of your self-consciousness. If the limitations of your eyes are it cannot see the thought of the object, the limitation of the eye consciousness, all pervasive is, it cannot see the object without the help of the eyes. Take that statement and work for it, friends. We shall see more of it tomorrow. If the eyes have no capacity to see the thought of the object, the consciousness, the eye of the eyes cannot look at the object of thought without the help of the eyes. That is why, if you cannot have the thought of a sound without the ears, and your ears are not capable of listening to the thought of the sound, you need consciousness, and the consciousness can, in whose presence you can be aware of the thought of the sound, but you cannot be aware of the sound as such without the help of the ears. That is why your physical body is an amazing instrument to the gateway to the universe. Do not dismiss your body. Do not dismiss your sense organs. Do not neglect them. Sarira madhyam. Body comes first. Take care of it. But don't lose there only. Because perception only will not work. Knowledge is needed. You not only should perceive the thoughts, perceive the object, but also must see the thought. Because that is the thought, known universe, the known mind, known thoughts. Using it, you function in the world. Therefore, make the list of things that you know. You shall see, in the list of things that you know, only thoughts will come. With objects are not known, objects are perceived. See the subtle difference. Oh, these things I know. Hey, shut up. Don't be in such a hurry to talk the word. Your sense organ. I said, make the list of things that you know. Only thoughts, not the object of your knowledge. Objects of knowledge are seen, heard, tasted, touched, smelled. Perceived creation. Technically, not the known universe. Perceived. Familiar, yes. Because of your eyes. But the eyes don't know. So if you make the list of things, all that you have, you will discover there is only one thing you are. All that you know, there is only one thing, the knower. All that you use, we shall see tomorrow, is so many things. Even the user, the I, is one. But what it stands for, the I, the meaning of the word I, is not a used or user. We shall see that tomorrow, friends. So this is what the secret, the Siddhas we are talking about. We shall see the meaning of the word Siddhar, Siddhar, and all these things will go. We'll have 7, 8, 10 classes, because 7, 8 verses are there, friends. We shall send it to everybody, make a PDF of that verses. So people, those of you who are listening wherever you are, as we are chanting, you can also chant, okay? Please, friends, see the simplicity and instantaneous of it. When I am speaking, you are who you are. When I stop speaking, you are still who you are. Close your eyes. When I stop speaking, you shall not listen to the words that I speak. But you don't cease to be consciousness that you are. My speech, words, that become your thoughts, no way produce the self that you are. Those who are aware of it. Call them wise man, call them Siddha. We shall see that word tomorrow, friends. We'll see the word tomorrow, not the truth tomorrow. I'll speak to you tomorrow. You shall listen it tomorrow with your eye, your ears. You can't be conscious tomorrow, as though you are not today, you are conscious. My words can be spoken tomorrow, but what the words stand for, yesterday, today, tomorrow, always there. Please make the list. Enjoy the fun. Be the self. Om.